It's late night, Big 12 after dark, baby. West Virginia Mountaineers had a lot of us wanting to off ourselves in a just horrible, sluggish, rainy delayed first half, in which Duquesne really hung with the Mountaineers. Thankfully, West Virginia played true to form and was able to pull away in the second half, 56-17, in a game where we saw a lot of young players shine. Couz Garrett Green played a really really great game. He got a 240 QBR in this game. The PFF grades will be out. Um, Really overall, just impressed with the team. I think the slow start that can't happen in the Big 12 and against Pitt. Pitt's going to be pissed like we're pissed today next week because how they play against Cincinnati unless they came back and won and I didn't see.
They didn't. They lost by 6.
They lost by 6, so they just started slow as well, probably. But I think people will be sleeping on the backyard brawl a little bit, but that's neither here nor there. At the end of the day, here we are. The Mountaineers won big. Couz, what were your thoughts on the game? Give me some of your bullet points, things that you filed away in your mind to talk about.
Number one, they covered, won by 39 points. I think they were up favored by, 34, 35, somewhere in that range, last I checked. So they covered. I think they did anyway. That's number one.
38.5. Yep.
They won by 39.
Yep. Wow.
Bama 25, I understand, but before that rain delay, it was 14-10, and they had the momentum. So they hung with us for the first quarter and a half, you could say.
I guess in my mind, it felt like the rain delay was halftime. You know what I mean?
I agree with you, Paul. It wasn't technically, but back to answer your questions. Sorry, I saw that comment and wanted to reply to it. That's the thing about these live streams. Sometimes the comments can knock you off your thoughts.
Yeah.
But yeah, we covered this. We covered the spread, which is good. Garrett Green proved that he could throw the football. You know, there were a few doubters last week saying they didn't think he could throw the football. He proved those people wrong. I understand it was against lesser competition, and I understand it'll be harder next week. But he did prove he had a strong arm at least, and is accurate down the field. 2, this is a little more negative. We still got guys who can't catch the freaking football. And if I'm Coach Brown, it was 2 or 3 guys specifically. I think Hudson Clement plays over those guys next week. That's just me. Because I don't give a crap how fast you are, how good of a route runner you are. If you can't catch the football, you shouldn't play in this sport. That's just me. Sorry.
Right.
I played. I'm not a college player, but I played receiver in high school. We were taught the ball hits your hands, you catch it. Period. That's your number one job. Everything else is secondary.
You're literally getting paid to do it now.
Yeah, I mean, the title of your position is wide receiver. You receive the ball. If you can't receive the ball, how do you play wide receiver? At least I understand guys are going to drop balls to occasionally. But we've got a couple guys on this team who seem to drop more than they catch. We all saw who those guys were tonight. 2 guys who were expected to step up and be 2 of our top guys this year, and so far they've not done that. But Hudson Clement played himself to me into a lot more playing time. Can he get open? The question is, can he get open and run good enough routes to get open against upper level Power 5 DBs? That'll be something we'll find out.
You absolutely nailed it. You absolutely nailed it.
Because I'm assuming that's probably why he hadn't already been playing more. Probably why he didn't see the field last week would be my guess.
Right.
But who knows? Maybe he was hurt last week. I don't know.
I'll tell you what, he's got an excellent release. At least today he did. I mean, his release off the line was smooth, buttery silk. It was silk, and I really enjoyed watching him just absolutely beat, even though he doesn't have what you would consider the best long speed. He's not slow, but he's not, Tavon Austin or whatever. But he's so good technically in his release as a wide receiver He really he was dusting them dudes off the line, man. I was really excited to see that. And sometimes with technique, you can just overcome a lot of that.
Yeah, you
Hopefully, he
can,
continues to do so.
yeah, and I mean that hitch and go he ran was really he ran it sharp. He really turned his hips well, and at least I thought he did. And then when we also got to remember Hudson Clement was a quarterback in high school. He was not a wide receiver in high school. He played quarterback. He was actually the player of the year in the state of West Virginia, not last year, but the year before, I think. So, and he was a quarterback at Martinsburg High School. So he's still learning how to play the wide receiver position. So he'll continue to get better and better and better. So I expect he could have a bright future. He could be the next David Seals, potentially. I'm not saying he'll be as good as David Seals. I just mean, David Seals was a quarterback who went to receiver. He could go to the kind of the same route that David Seals.
Right. I was just giving you a hard time.
Yeah, I figured I better back up and explain myself. That's what I meant there. Yeah, I'm not ready to crown him David Seals just yet, but yeah, and I felt like I was glad to see how our defensive line played tonight, or especially even our backup D line I thought played well. Ben Cutter I thought came in and showed some great stuff late in the second half. That last touchdown that and Ben Cutter's a linebacker. I know I'm kind of skipping around here, but that last touchdown that Dueqesne scored on that deep pass, that was a freaking awesome throw. Ben Cutter had that guy covered, and the quarterback just put it right in. Now he could have turned around and tried to make a play on the ball. He should have done that, but he did have the guy covered.
Yeah.
So and I liked his aggressiveness and the way he was getting in the backfield, and so I really liked I thought the guys came out a little bit flat tonight, to be honest with you, which is kind of to be expected in these games at times. But that delay, I don't know what Neil told them during that delay, but whatever it was, they got their butts fired up and came out and played a much different ball game.
Yes, sir. I'm going to acknowledge our sponsor real quick before we go any further. Guys, this will be real quick. This episode is brought to you by Dutch Miller Automotive, where friends and family pricing means you get the best deal right up front on any new or pre-loved vehicle in stock every time. With brands like Chevrolet, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, Kia, Hyundai, Ford, GMC, Buick, and Subaru, the Dutch Miller Automotive family is always growing and ready to put you in the car or truck you've been searching for. Check out our inventory across West Virginia at DutchMillerAuto.com or come in today to the home and friends and family pricing only at a Dutch Miller Automotive store near you. Yeah, a lot of bright spots on the team today. Obviously, Hudson Clement is right at the front of the line. I thought Garrett Green played a solid ball game after the delay. He was inaccurate to start the game. I still wish his intermediate passing game would improve. He just doesn't hit guys in stride enough on the intermediate game. I'm nitpicking because he had a good game. I'm not saying he didn't. Obviously, he's never had a problem throwing it deep. That's nothing. He does that as well as any quarterback. I mean, he's as good as Will Greer was almost to stone the deep ball. He's really, really talented when it comes to that. But man, when he's got to put some touch on the ball, and then there's guys dropping balls, and that really didn't help him get into a rhythm either. And so I think he laid one right on the Cortez Braham, who dropped it, hit him right in the hands. That was frustrating because I thought Garrett threw a really nice semi-deep out route right there. Jeremiah Aaron dropped one right in his hands in the slots on the seam, but it was a little bit behind him. Those are the kind of throws I wish he would clean up a little bit more, even though he had to stop for it, and it was on his right hip as he was running across the middle of the field. I wish he would put that out in front a little bit more, but these guys got to make those tough catches at the end of the day. And if they do, it's going to help him because he needs them to make these tough catches so that he can get in a rhythm. But, it can also go the other way around and say if you throw a little bit easier pass to catch, then maybe they'll catch him. But at the end of the day, they've got to catch the passes. It's definitely more on them than it was on him today, for sure. Yeah, Garrett had a great game.
Yeah. Braham also dropped a pass from Nico late in the game, too, that he should have caught.
I saw that.
that was right in his freaking hands, man. I'll tell you what, though. Avery Wilcox got a pick tonight, and I remember a press conference a few weeks ago where I think it was Dante Wright was talking about how Avery Wilcox had multiple chances to get picks during the scrimmage, but he dropped them. And tonight he did it in a game. Read the next comment, Paul. I'll see your eyes.
I'm confused because it's under my name here.
Read the next comment.
Oh, okay. I was thinking somebody hacked me.
Because I'm in your we use the same link. If I type a comment, it doesn't.
Oh, okay. I'm sitting here thinking I got hacked in the middle of the
screen. And I didn't realize that. I always forget about that when I type to people. John Waffle was talking smack, and I told him good win tonight.
He said the Big 12 refs helped you Cincinnati tonight.
I'm sure he did.
Interesting.
I'm sure they did.
Well,
tell that to your fans who were booing your quarterback during the game. Apparently, he didn't look too good.
Yeah, that's what I heard.
You're getting ready to be 0-2 against the Big 12, just so you know, John. But anyway, so I was happy to see everyone get that pick. I was happy to see Beanie Bishop finally got a pick after dropping 2 last week.
Yeah.
What I really hope is this really builds some confidence in our secondary, and those guys can play better, going forward because they need it, man.
After they were playing off again today.
I know. I think that's
ridiculous.
I think their coaches are telling them to do that. They got to be.
Right.
That's the way Jordan Leslie coaches, bro.
Malachi Ruffin scares me out there.
We're just going to have to deal with it.
We're gonna have to, yeah. I mean, I don't get it. They play a lot of cover too high, like I told you, and unfortunately with that, the DBs play off a lot. I don't know. I mean, you can get aggressive with it, but he chooses not to at this point in time. So we'll see. I mean, today's is an easy day to nitpick, but there's a lot to be happy about. And man, the young players, you can go on and on and on. Jaheim White, even Rodney Gallagher showed out a little bit. The kid out of South Florida, what was his name? The new running back,
DJ Oliver.
DJ Oliver. He had a really good game. A lot of young talent really showing out tonight. Wilcox with the pick. That was a really nice ball that he broke on there. There was a ton of young guys.
And Ben Cutter was the one who hit the quarterback to cause that.
Oh yeah, I love Ben Cutter.
That throw to get hung in the air like that. Did James Hurd get in the game? I didn't tell. I couldn't see if he got on the field or not.
I unfortunately didn't see.
Okay.
That's going to be it's looking at least as of right now to be probably one of my bigger swing and misses on predictions. But I was basing it off his high school tape. He was a 4-star guy. Maybe he's behind on the playbook. I don't know. They've got a couple pass rushers ahead of him, but I mean, it's not like they're world beaters on the pass rush side. Outside of Sean Martin, who's playing at an elite level. I mean, I don't know.
I hope he's okay.
He's a freshman. Yeah, he was nicked up, but you're up 35-10, and you're probably going to keep pulling away. And it's easy to. It's like almost like Neil's damned if he does, damned if he don't. But I do question why the starters were still in on defense right there. I mean, you could make a case that the team could come back at 35-10, 25 points. It's
right.
3
touchdowns, yeah, or 2 touchdowns and a field goal. Or,
right.
With a 2-point conversion.
You go for 2.
Also. Yeah.
Yeah. But I mean, you got to read the tea leaves in these situations. I don't know why you've got your best player. I mean, you can make an argument Sean Martin's the best player on the team right now, and I just wish but I hope he's okay. I mean, I haven't seen anything about it yet. Obviously, Neil will talk after the game, and he probably doesn't know yet, but I doubt he's going to give anything away to Narduzzi.
Right.
So
no,
we're going to have a ton of headlines this week, Couz. Narduzzi.
Yeah, there won't be. Yeah, we will have headlines from him, but Neil won't say a freaking word, I bet, about anything. Unless somebody's out for the year, maybe. Which, by the way, I think Oliver Straw might be, because I kept seeing reports on Twitter that he was in a walking boot on the sidelines in street clothes. So I think our punter.
Oh, Oliver Straw.
Yeah.
Did you see how that happened?
Yeah, I did.
It was the oddest thing. I mean, you see punters get hit all the time. His foot was literally pointed straight, pointy, and the dude just kind of ran into it, running into the punter.
Mm-hmm.
And it was just almost like where his leg was so stiff, it's like it sprained it or something. Whenever just an odd way to sprain your ankle off somebody with your leg at a 90-degree angle.
Yeah. Yeah, it's we're going that could end up being a big loss for us. You need your punter, especially in big games, and he's a good one too. He's really good at pinning guys inside the 20.
Man, yeah.
And but Neil's been pretty high on our backup punter, Leighton Bechtel, as well. So he might be able to do okay. But yeah, I don't think Martin's in. I think Martin may have. Did he come back in the game after he got banged up? I don't remember. I'm thinking he did.
I'm not sure.
So I'm hoping his injury.
I didn't
serious.
See.
It didn't look to be. He got up and walked off the field. So.
By the way,
yeah,
DJ Powell might be a Power 5 type player for Duquesne. The really tiny receiver they had, he was really fast, and he was open a lot today.
Yeah,
he had a good game. Caught that 38-yard touchdown pass. He did a few things. I really liked that kid.
Yeah,
he's small, but
yeah, they've got several guys who were Power 5, who used to be Power 5 players, or at least
their backup was from Fresno.
Yeah, FBS players at least.
Garrett Green, 10 of 18, 240 yards, 4 touchdowns. You really can't do much better than that. And I would say 4 of those were inaccurate balls. The other 4 were drops. So on the incompletions, and you can't be perfect. So, I mean, they catch those balls. He's probably 13 of 18 or 14 of 18. Really impressed with him. Nico, 7 of 14 with a couple of drop balls as well. Something I was thinking, Couz, was you've got Nico in the game, and I know you want him to just get a feel for running the offense and stuff like that. But, man, why didn't they turn him loose and just let him sling the ball around? What's holding you back from doing that?
I felt like they did to a degree. I mean, he threw some balls down the field.
They were in the red zone. They ran it 3-4 straight times.
Yeah,
I mean, right. You get DJ Oliver a touchdown, that's great. But if you can't convince me that DJ Oliver's going to help this team more in the future than Nico possibly could, he's got to be ready in case we're one bad thing away from him being our guy, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I just think you're in the red zone. That's a situational thing against a team that was still playing pretty hard. I would have liked to have seen him throw the ball. Who cares if you score or not? The reps are really what's important. But I'm not a coach, and maybe I'm wrong. But I just thought maybe he should have turned him loose a little bit. Now, I mean, I'm like I said, I'm not trying to be overly negative here, but that was a legitimate gripe I had.
No, I agree with you. I would like to have seen him throwing it more than he did. I agree. You want to go over the team stats real quick? I got them up on the screen. Okay.
Yeah, sure.
Obviously, third down efficiency. Duquesne was 5 of 16. West Virginia was 6 out of 13, which I'd like to see them be a little better than that, honestly, against an FC school. Fourth down efficiency, 0 for 1 for Duquesne, 3 of 5 for West Virginia. Total yards, 619 to 234. Passing, 231 to 315.
We'll take that.
Completion, 15 to 32 and 17 to 32. They still completed almost 50% of their balls. Well, I don't know. Below 50% is not great.
No.
And we were right at 50%. That's not great either. I'd like to see that come down, or go up rather. But that's like you said earlier. A lot of those were drops too, so can't put it all.
Jigger, bro, if you watched any of my videos last week, I actually said I was wrong about that. So I mean, don't quote me out of context. I
What was he
definitely
talking
came
about?
back on. Read
Oh,
the comment. Yeah,
yeah, yeah.
I mean, like after the game directly, it was probably a couple hours earlier than this, but I was emotional, and all I was thinking about was, um, they scored
Yeah.
late, and then we didn't cover and all that, and it made it look a little bit less respectable for us. And I was looking at it from our point of view, and then I heard what James Franklin had to say about exactly the points I was making about Nico just now. He wanted to get Bo, the backup quarterback, Pribula for Penn State, some reps and tape to correct off of,
Mm-hmm.
and that made a lot of sense to me. So at the end of the day, I mean, you can critique that if you want to, but I admitted I was wrong almost a week ago now.
Yeah. Um,
Well, you
look
can get the
here.
hell out of the chat room, bro, or you can get kicked out. It don't matter to me.
He probably didn't see your video where you. He probably didn't see the video where you corrected it. Would be my guess.
Right.
Looky here. They only had 3 yards rushing. And look, I don't care what level of football you are. That's pretty damn good right there.
Yeah. I mean, you've got a former Power 5 guy in Butts, right?
That's good.
So,
0.1 yards per rush. I mean, and we had 304 yards rushing. Guys, that's good right there. I know it's lesser competition. I get all that, but that's still good. I mean, it's hard to hold a team to 3 yards rushing. Anybody. I mean, you can get that by accident almost.
yeah.
That's impressive.
Are they including the quarterback sacks
Probably.
in that total?
I would assume
How
they
many
are. Yeah.
sacks did we have?
Well, let's find out real quick. Give me 1 second. I can find that out.
Okay. Hey guys, if you're watching this after the fact, please like the video. We'd appreciate that. It feeds the algorithm. If you can't do that, leave a comment. Let us know how you feel about Garrett Green, about Hudson Clement, the two breakout stars from today. Um,
We had
Let
3.
us know how you felt before the delay and after the delay. Be interested to know that. Too bad we can't do gifts on here. That'd be kind of funny. And also at the end of the day, don't forget to share, subscribe, and turn on notifications, guys. So you get the notifications when we go live and whatnot. We truly appreciate you guys. And there's a super chat button down there as well if you guys want to donate to the channel. I'll do this full time. Couz does this almost full time, so he may as well say he does it full time. It's not his full time job.
Yeah, I put in full-time hours, but that's not really my – I probably shouldn't.
JT Daniels did go off. Yeah, he did go
Did
off.
they
I
end up
can't believe
winning
he
that
does.
game?
I didn't see the final. I know he had 3 touchdowns. They were up 28-0 at one point.
Yeah, Houston came back and tied it, and they were going into overtime last I saw, but I didn't see the final
Oh
score.
yeah, I fell asleep during our game, so I had to catch back up. Yeah, so I was catching back up on ours.
By the way, to
I
answer your
can find
question,
out.
we had 3 sacks.
Okay.
They gave Jared Bartlett credit for 1. Tomiwa Duragier had a sack and a half, so that gives him 2.5 already on the season in very few snaps. That dude's going to be a force to be reckoned with. Hershey McLaurin had a half a sack as well.
Rice won 43-41.
I'm kind of glad. Is that bad? Even though it's the Big 12?
Well, no, I mean, personally, I think, we need Houston to be as good as they can be. We'll play them.
But I just don't want them to be good. I can't help it.
JT Daniels goes for 401 yards and 3 touchdowns.
Wow.
Good for him. He's nothing about good things about Morgantown every time they ask him. And a lesser person would be, a little bit upset by the way things played out. But yeah.
Tackles for loss, Jared Bartlett had 1.5. He had a good night. 4 tackles and a sack and a tackle for loss. We had a lot of tackles for loss. 14 tackles for loss tonight.
That's great.
Look at these. Look at these stats here. Man, I hated that fumble by Gallagher. I hated that for him, man. That was just bad luck. He should have
didn't even see that.
Yeah, he was trying to dive into the end. He was trying to hold the ball, dive into the end zone, and hold the ball over the pylon, and he lost it, and it fumbled out of the side of the end zone, which makes it a touchback for the other team.
I didn't even see that. I must have missed it somehow, trying to catch back up.
Yeah, they threw him a screen pass, and he was almost in, and he tried to lay out and fumbled. When he went back to the sideline, I saw Neil tell him, just hold on to the ball, or don't, just don't do that, whatever.
Yeah. Anybody know what happened to Traylon Ray?
All I know is he was inactive for the game. He must have been injured.
Yeah, and then what
about was dressed but didn't play?
Yeah, I wonder why. Maybe they were just holding him out for whatever reason until next week.
I don't think Ray was even dressed, so that one I'm not sure about.
Yeah. I'll tell you what, man. JT Daniels spread the ball around. You want to know how many pass catchers he had today? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 different people caught a ball from JT Daniels today.
Wow.
One had 7 for 99. Another had 7 for 82. 4, 2, 1, 3, 2, and 1. And JT Daniels was 28 for 42, 401, 3 touchdowns, and a pick. That might be better than any game he had as a Mountaineer.
Yeah, it's a good game for sure.
Unbelievable. Good for JT, though. I wish him nothing but the best.
Yeah, same here. And I want the Big 12 to do good, but I have trouble cheering for Houston. And I can't help it. Not a great day for the Big 12 today. Again. Cincinnati held up their end of the bargain. Texas, if you want to count them, held up their end of the bargain. That's about it. No. And I don't even count them, really, to be honest. To me, they're an SEC team.
I mean, we've got, we might have to play them.
Texas? We won't play Texas unless we make it to the Big 12 title game, which
that's what I said, Mike.
Oh, I got you. Jay Sean Polk had 2 catches today too. I was glad to see him get involved.
Yeah, I just don't know why he's not playing. I mean, he caught 36 balls for a little over 6. What was it?
500
God,
yards.
I've said it so many times. 600 yards in 6 games last year.
Mm-hmm.
Lesser competition, but still.
Of course, Jacoby Spells had that, fumbled a kickoff or a punt, whatever it was, didn't he?
Right.
Well, yeah, it bounced off of him or something.
It was a weird bounce, but he was still too close to the play because he was getting the fire sign or whatever they use on punt return. When we were in school, we used to say, I don't even know if I can say it on here. We used to say, Peter, Peter, Peter.
Yeah.
In other words, don't touch it.
Yeah. A few players were suspended as a rumor, says Curtis.
Interesting.
Yeah, I had a feeling that might be something may happen like that because they don't they're not going to publicize that stuff.
Thanks, Matt. We appreciate that, man. Couz and I are partners on a basketball channel, and we frequently visit each other's football channels, so we certainly appreciate that subscription. Sorry to interrupt you.
No, you're good. I was done, I think, anyway.
Okay, Couz. So, guys, I can't go super long tonight. I'm actually going to be leaving, heading to my family's house, just a personal issue tonight to help my family with some things. But, Couz, give me 3 things that you're going to take out of this game, and then kind of look ahead to Pitt just a little bit. Mm-hmm. Preview the brawl for us.
Yeah. And full disclosure, I haven't had a chance because I was watching this game. I wasn't able to watch the Pitt Cincinnati game, but I did record it. I'm gonna try to watch it in the next day or two. But takeaways from this game: Garrett Green, should have some confidence built up now. He's get his swagger back, get his confidence back. Same with the team. They can get their confidence back. They got one in the W column that they got 56 points on the board. That's got to be good mentally, right, for them to do that.
Yep.
All that's positives. I think we saw, Jaheim White, Hudson Clement, two young guys be able to step up tonight, probably earn themselves some more snaps in the future. I feel like the D line, they solidified my confidence in them tonight. And so I feel good about them going forward. And I think our DBs, even though they didn't look great all night, especially early, I felt like them getting 2 picks again should help them going forward and help them kind of get the monkey off their back. I mean, we only had 4 picks the entire season last year, and we had 2 tonight. So those are good things they can take out of here. It's all confidence building stuff, man, that this team needed. And at the end of the day, they got a W, and that's what you strive to do week in, week out. So
exactly, man. And I appreciate you for coming on, man. Let everybody know real quick where they can find you, and give them your stuff real quick.
Yeah, I'm over at Couz's Corner. I cover West Virginia. I cover the Big 12. I cover Coventry and Lyman a lot. Paul and I have our basketball channel, Hoops from the Hills. Come check us out there. We cover West Virginia's little Big 12. It's kind of slow there right now because it's the basketball off season. There's not a lot to report on right now, but we do try to get content up there at least once every week or two. Try to get something up every week, but it's sometimes hard to find content. And then interact with me on Twitter. You see my handle there at Couz206. If you want to check me out, or X, I guess. If you want to check me out on X, I'm at Couz206. That's the easiest way to interact with me on social media. Paul, thanks for having me, man. I really appreciate it. I always enjoy coming on with you.
I love having you, man. You're always obviously you're in that nut category I like to call as far as fandom goes. So not many things take precedence over the Mountaineers. So that's one of the reasons we get along so well. Even when we're not thinking about them, we're thinking about them. It's like
right.
All right, guys. We certainly appreciate you guys for checking in with us, man. That's the West Virginia Mountaineers in a blowout, 56-17 win over the Dukes. Slow start, rain delay. They had a fire lit under them. It was great to see. And it was great to see the team click on all cylinders on all 3 sides of the ball for the most part, for the better part of it, 2.5 quarters. It was really nice to see that. Looking forward to next week. Hopefully no injuries are lingering for that game. The Backyard Brawl will be on prime time on ABC. We're looking forward to that. This is going to be a swing game for the rest of the season. Are you going to be 1-2 or are you going to be 2-1? Think of how much worse or better those 2 different things look on paper and sound. I think this team can be 2-1. Now Pitt's going to be pissed, and our duty's going to have them ready. We've got to be ready.
Yeah. To be honest with you, them losing tonight's not good for us.
Just like us losing last week wasn't good for Dueqesne, right?
Right. Yeah, it's not. I think we're in a bit of a, but we're at home, and the guys are going to be fired up because it's Pitt, and they did play Sweet Caroline at the end of the 3rd quarter tonight at Mountaineer Field, so I thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah, somebody commented that just a little bit ago and said, "And we were ready."
buddy of mine sent me a video of him singing it, but and I don't know if did you and I mention it, Paul, but Hudson Clement got awarded a scholarship after the game tonight in the locker room.
Terrific. I did not know that.
Yeah.
Great to see and hear. I'm sure that'll be making the rounds on social media.
Yeah, he deserved it, man.
Yeah, I think he earned that one.
Yep.
All right, guys. We appreciate you guys.
One of the best receiving performances in quite some time at WVU.
Yep. Certainly is. All right, guys. It's late. You guys get some sleep, you crazy animals. Thank you for coming in here and joining Couz and I. We love you. You love us. Join us next time. We'll be back. I'll be recording tomorrow. I've got some great ideas for content. Neil Brown looks like he saved his job. Was it ever up for even being fired? I don't think so, but a lot of people kind of felt like he might have been fired after today. I wonder if that was the case. We'll see. We might speculate on some of that, but overall, it's going to be positive stuff talking about this upcoming game. Thanks for joining us, guys. It's going to be another episode of Mountaineer Paul Talk Football. This episode is over. Couz and I are out.